Hi, and welcome to solving hard equations which involve fractions and negative x's. To make sure you're okay with this, just make sure you find me the video on solving basic equations. This stuff kind of builds on from that. So, just starting with the more easier end, if we have this kind of equation, we can solve it using the normal method of inverse operations. So basically, we want to get the x by itself, so you get rid of stuff one term at a time. So first I got this plus 7. I want to get rid of that. The opposite of plus 7 is minus 7. So I'll need to minus 7 from both sides. If I do that, I will get x over 4 equals 3. So the awkward part, to get rid of the divide by 4, you have to remember the opposite of dividing by 4 is timesing by 4. So what we're going to do now is we're basically going to times both sides of this equation by 4. If I have x divided by 4 times by 4, then I'm just left with x. And 3 times 4 gives me 12. Okay, so it starts off fairly straightforward. It can get slightly more awkward if I have a fraction with stuff on the numerator and denominator, but it follows the same idea. First step, get rid of the minus 2. Opposite of minus 2 is plus 2. So my next line will be 2x over 3 equals 12. Here you can do it one of two ways. The advice I always tend to give is as soon as you can, try and get rid of stuff on the bottom of the fraction. If I go back up a step, I couldn't times by 3 here because I had this minus 2. If the fraction looked like this, then I could times by 3. Whereas I'd have to get rid of the 2 first, and now I can times by 3. And that's what I'm going to do. So timesing both sides by 3, I am left with 2x equals 36. Then lastly, to get rid of the times by 2, I need to divide by 2. So x is going to be half of 36. Which is 18. Okay, just before you try some questions, a quick piece of advice. More often than not, in tests, exams, whatever, rather than see it in this form, you tend to see it as 2/3 x. It means the exact same thing, just looks a bit different. Okay, so don't let that throw you. Steps exactly the same, answer exactly the same, just looks a bit different. So, we'll have some questions to try. So you can pause the video and give these a try. So all in all, there are 8 questions. So try the first 4, give that a pause. Try the next 4, as well. I'm just going to show the answers to the first 6 questions. So here they are. Okay, the first 6 questions. Hope you got those right. Moving on. Next we have solving equations with negative x's. Okay, these look kind of scary and a bit weird at first, but it follows the basic same patterns as before. So just zooming into the first one, we have this equation here. My advice is, as always, having a minus x makes things really awkward. So what we're going to do is try and get rid of that as fast as possible. Same as before, if I want to get rid of minus 2x, I have to do the opposite of minus 2x. I have to plus 2x. So my next line is going to be 49 equals 17 plus 2x. Okay, and now this is an ordinary equation. Keep in mind you'd normally see it written the other way around. You'd normally see 2x plus 17 equals 49, but it's the exact same thing. I'm not going to bother to do that. I'm just going to solve this just with the x on the right hand side. So get rid of the plus 17. Opposite of plus 17 is minus 17. So if I do 49 take away 17, that gives me 32. So 32 equals 2x. I've got 2x, so I need to halve this. Half of 32 is 16, and that's what x equals. Okay. If you want to, you can write x equals 16 as a final answer, but both of them mean the same thing. It's likely that makes any difference which one you write. On to the other one, combines what we did before with fraction work. So first step, I want to get rid of the minus half x. So that's going to go to the other side, and that will become plus a half x. Next, I want to get rid of this 23. Opposite of plus 23 is going to be minus 23. So I've got to do 11 take away 23. That is going to be minus 12. So minus 12 is a half x. And I've got a half x, so you've got to times by this number here. I've got to times by 2. If I double minus 12, that gives me minus 24. So here x is going to be minus 24. Okay. Again, same scenario as before. Some questions for you to try. So feel free to pause, give these four a try. And then the same with these four. And as always, I'll just do the answers to the 4 questions in black, zooming in there. Okay. Hope you got those right. All I got for you for this lesson, just remember the basics. Again, try and do sets fairly simple. And I hope it all goes well for you. Thanks for listening.